You're exactly 2 weeks away from the UPSC Prelims, and your internal pressure gauge is starting to redline. That anxiety is a physical weight. When you finally stand outside those gates, the tension is heavy enough to cut with a knife. But you need to consider a mathematical reality. Adding more facts at this stage tends to create cognitive interference, making it harder for your brain to recall the concepts you've spent months perfecting. You're facing a difficult choice: the urge to pull 15-hour days to cover every possible blind spot versus the discipline of consolidating the foundation you already have. We can see the danger in the panic inversion curve. As the exam approaches, study hours spike as candidates compensate for fear. But look at the blue retention line. As study volume peaks, actual retention drops. Shallow information blocks your deep-seated knowledge. At this stage, your existing knowledge is a fixed variable. Whether that knowledge actually makes it onto the OMR sheet depends on your ability to manage your resources and your focus. The most common mistake right now is falling into the content trap, chasing new current affairs compilations or cracking open a static subject you haven't touched all year. This creates a dangerous trade-off. You might recognize an option in the hall, but you'll lack the precision to distinguish it from a well-placed trap. This bar chart uses the last 10 years of UPSC trend data to show where the points are actually concentrated. Economy, science and tech, and geography consistently provide the highest density of questions. These are your priority zones. Mastering these areas doesn't require rereading full textbooks. It requires drilling the specific micro-themes that UPSC repeats cycle after cycle. To maximize your exposure to these high-density questions, you have to sacrifice comfort subjects like ancient history, where the historical return on your time is much lower. Even the best-prepared candidates will face roughly 70 questions they don't know with 100% certainty. This is where execution becomes the deciding factor. Relying on old tricks, like blindly removing every option with an absolute word, is now a trap set by the examiners to punish predictable guessing. The 2026 methodology is logical reduction, a more nuanced way of evaluating statements based on the domain they belong to. For instance, extreme words like all or never are often factually true in a strict science context. However, in governance or policy, where rules have exceptions, those same words are almost always a signal that the option is incorrect. You should also watch for the ministry and data swap, where UPSC takes a legitimate scheme but attaches it to the wrong department or alters a specific percentage to create a false statement. Applying this logic transforms a blind guess into an informed calculation, providing the narrow margin often needed to clear a competitive cutoff. When you're sitting in the hall, the scale of the competition can feel overwhelming. To stay objective, you need a structured strategy for the next 2 hours. The 3-round strategy is designed to secure your baseline marks while managing your time and anxiety. In round 1, you move through all 100 questions, answering only the ones you are absolutely sure of. Do not stop to deliberate. Round 2 is for questions where you can eliminate at least 2 options. Use the logical reduction framework here to make your final choice. Round 3 is for intelligent guesses, but with a strict 90-second limit. If you can't reach a decision in that time, you move on. This discipline prevents you from getting stuck on difficult questions, reduces panic, and ensures you have enough time left to bubble your OMR sheet accurately. To make effective decisions during the exam, you must prioritize accurate recall over the desire for complete coverage. Your strategy depends on your profile. First-timers, stop taking mocks, focus entirely on core notes, and take a study blackout on May 23rd. Veterans pushing past the cutoff, stop reading new content. Instead, analyze past mistakes to understand why you change correct answers. Choosing the protocol that matches your current performance level is how you bridge the final gap to clear the cutoff. Everything you are doing right now is for that moment on result day, when you find your roll number on the list. A stable performance on May 24th is the result of a clinical execution, not the volume of new notes you read the night before. For more structured help in these final days, join the SpardhaIAS Telegram channel using the link in the description. Inside, you'll find PDF revision frameworks and a community focused on tactical execution rather than exam day hype. Protect your energy, trust the work already put in,